This is Ron Funches, and you're listening to Laughs or Else. I don't know what the or else is. I assume it's like crying.
Welcome back to the LOERadio Show here on 89.3 WNUR-FM. I'm jamming, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best beats that I've heard of a remade classic rock song. If you don't know, that's from Breathe by Foreigner, I want to say. Remastered by Fabulous. Awesome cut from our day.
Great cruise beat, too.
We were talking just before the break about the Illinois pilot program for cannabis, medicinal marijuana use. It's about time. So really what I'm going to say about that.
Way overdue.
Yeah. We only got a few minutes left in the show. It's 1:42 a.m. Coming up at 2 is Where in Time Are Ryan and Evan. Hope you stick around for that. They always put on a great show. Very well thought out, very well produced. Those guys are very informative when it comes to music. Very well informed indeed. So, Jay, what do you got going on?
Not much, man. Just, working on this advocacy for people. And
by the way, if you had any questions about the Illinois pilot program, go ahead and dial up the show. I'm sure Jay can muster up something for you. The number is area code 847-866-9687. Again, that number is area code 847-866-WNUR. This is WNUR-FM, Evanston in Chicago, home of the Northwestern Wildcat sports program and Chicago's Sound Experiment. Portions of WNUR's programming may be considered inappropriate for the younger or more sensitive listeners out there. So WNUR believes that this material is artistically and culturally significant. So pull the stick out of your bum. We will play this music between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. overnights. I don't really have much to close the show with. This sucks. I didn't have anything planned. I didn't know you were coming in until about 5 o'clock today. That's how busy I've been at work, man. They've been sending me all over the states. Dude, I've been to Boston, Nebraska. I'm supposed to go to Kentucky real soon.
Lucky guy, you.
No, dude, I'm not lucky because I got to drive to half these places.
Yeah, I used to do that when I used to do commercial flooring. It's not fun.
No.
Everybody thinks it's so cool. No.
I mean, it's cool in the sense that you're there for a week or, for a while. And if you finish up early, you can have a day to just go mess around town or something. Unfortunately, we're never in a town that's like a college town, though. Last time I was out, the most exciting thing we did was go to, like, the Outback Steakhouse.
Ooh.
Yeah. This last time...
You got what was it? Your flight got canceled. What was that, in Boston?
Oh, dude, that was a fiasco altogether. United, well, maybe I shouldn't have said, but they'd canceled a plane that was supposed to leave at 9:30 p.m. Friday night. I didn't get on a plane until about 2:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Luckily, they put us up in a hotel, but by 2 o'clock in the morning, they wanted you to call back at 6:30 to rearrange yourself a new flight, and I wasn't having it, dude.
That's pretty convenient. 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, I know. It was only
3:30.
It was only like 8 miles to the hotel, so the shuttle bus took about 20 minutes to get us there, and then since there was 180 of us waiting in line to register for rooms, it took another 40 minutes to get up to your room.
Wow.
So, and then on top of that, when it was done, I was like, man, I'm starving. They didn't have nothing to eat downstairs, no restaurant or anything. So I ordered Chinese food. Get this, I ordered sweet and sour chicken. What they sent me were chicken fingers with sweet and sour sauce.
Boston.
Yeah. I was like, they need to do something about their Chinese food out here.
They just got to get some Chinese people out there to open some restaurants.
Yeah, I didn't see. You know what was weird though is like there was where I was staying. It was a very Indian neighborhood, so there's a lot of Indian people, but they spoke broken English with a Boston accent.
That had to have been interesting.
Yeah, dude, if I could replicate the sound they made, like Pak the Khan Yad, you know, like, but with the heavy Indian accent under it, it was weird. Like, I was like, I've never heard anything so amusing in my life.
Too bad you can't get one to call in.
Yeah, if you're of Indian descent and you speak like weird English from New England or where else do they? Oh, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yonkers. From Yonkers. I've never been to New York. I hear it's nice, but expensive.
Yeah, it's a bigger Chicago.
Times Square is not a place I feel like I need to see anytime soon. It's just a huge commercial district, so, like, what's there? I mean, there's no more Letterman.
Nah, there's much better places around this great nation to go see.
Where were you recently? You were just out of town.
I was just out in Denver.
Oh, yeah,
Colorado.
that's right. Yeah, you were telling me about
out there for a week's worth of classes with high country cannabis tours, and they offer some pretty awesome workshops out there.
Workshop like what? Paint and finger paints?
yeah, finger paint your part. No. She would have loved that. No, it's for medicinal cannabis, but in an organic fashion. So you learn how to extract the medicine from the plant, get rid of the garbage, so to say, even though there's no real garbage when it comes to the cannabis plant.
Stop whining!
And I learned how to make a bunch of medicine, tinctures, oils, extracts, things of that nature.
That's cool. In Colorado, they treat it like alcohol, right? They just say you got to be over 21 or something.
You do have to be 21 and over. They do have a medical side and they have a recreational side. There's no real difference as far as the medicine. There is a lot more that we don't have time to go into behind that medical side out there in Colorado. But it's the amount you can carry is the main difference. A citizen in Colorado, I want to say, can carry 2.5 ounces at any given time.
What about growing? Like, can they grow their own?
If you do get a license, a cultivator's license, I believe you can, and you can grow for specific patients.
Oh, that's cool. So, like,
and then extras can be sold off to a dispensary. Who makes that profit, I'm not aware. And who benefits from that, if it's a 50-50 with the patient, but it is a particular patient's medicine that is being sold to a dispensary.
Yeah, oh, wow. So you could be like an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And just grow like 10 plants or whatever they allow you to
as
grow.
long as you got the dime for the license, of course. Everything does boil down to money.
And how much would that cost? Probably a couple of $100,000, I would assume.
It's not cheap. I can't recollect what they said. I want to say it was in the realm of anywhere between $2,000 or $5,000.
Yeah, I know.
We'll give that window.
I know that if you want a liquor license in a prime location in Chicago, it's going to cost you between $250,000 to $400,000 for 4 years.
Well, forget a liquor license. Did you hear what some of those cab medallions are going for?
Oh, dude,
like
and this is
$250,000.
Yeah, and this is why they're having a fit over Uber, like because an Uber driver doesn't need that. They just need to be connected to their network.
No, because as long as you got the $2,500, you're covered under Uber's insurance for your vehicle.
Yeah.
And for any accident. So there's really no worry in the realm of liabilities. And, how can you knock that business model? They really did something smart there with the rideshare.
Yeah. Whoever thought that idea up was really on top of cornering the market there. We're gonna wrap up here in about 5 minutes, but what do we see in the future for the pilot program? I mean, what are the immediate plans other than opening more dispensaries?
Well, hopefully more patients. We need to start there. We need more people to get covered. We need more conditions.
Is there an estimate about how many people in Chicago so far are signed up?
Not in Chicago. I mean, statewide, there's over 3,000 patients. Yet they expected to have somewhere in the realm of 80,000 patients when the program was set to roll out.
I would think it's closer to 1 million.
Well, I mean, if it was recreational, I'm sure the numbers would be astronomical. But as long as Governor Rauner is in office, this program will not be expanded in the realm of, recreational.
Yeah.
He's already, obviously by shooting down PTSD for being added on National Suicide Prevention Day, he's not going to turn around and approve this. So,
well, he also lost a whole lot of voters when he did that.
Yes. Well, here's another thing that we didn't talk about, which should be mentioned is, and I can't recollect his name offhand. You might want to look it up. But the current standing director for the DEA, our government's DEA, all the medicinal cannabis patients, there was a petition that was filed. I was actually somewhere in
they're still considering it
range.
They're still considering it a felony.
Yeah, well, he said that cannabis as medicine is a joke. He said that, we could have a serious discussion or something to that effect, but don't call it medicine because that's a joke. Well, medicinal patients across this nation were furious. And you figure you'd have an expert about drugs and the knowledge about the various drugs as your director, or at least a deputy or standing in director. This man.
But wasn't he put in because somebody left or they were fired?
Well, actually, there was a petition filed because the previous director was part of that scandal with down in South America with the cocaine and the
Fast
hookers.
and the Furious thing, or
well, no, the hookers and a bunch of people. It was his Secret Service detail was involved in that.
Right.
Well,
they spent
the
couple
DEA was involved. Some of the DEA. So amidst that scandal, he stepped down. This man is an interim head of the DEA. He's just interim. But to make a comment like that, when you have people benefiting from this medicine, we are calling for his head on a platter, figuratively, obviously. We want his job. We want him to be stepped down or terminated. He's already indicated that he won't. Or bump down the
parking meters.
Yeah, he's already indicated that he's not going to step down. And to dismiss as many patients as there are in this nation thus far, and the ones waiting in the wings. I mean, we have 100,000 signatures. It took a quarter of that to get the previous director terminated. So this is something that needs to be addressed by our president.
Okay, Jay, if people are interested, what was the name of the Facebook group if they were looking to post some questions?
That is the Illinois Medical Cannabis Community.
So check that out on Facebook.com/Illinois Medical Cannabis Community. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for us for this morning. My name is Tim Radicek. If you'd like to hear more, you could join the Facebook fan page at facebook.com/LaughOrElseRadio. Go ahead and give us a follow on the Twitter. We are you could find us with the hashtag LOERadio or go directly to us at Twitter at LOERadioShow. Stay tuned to WNUR because coming up at 2 o'clock is Where in Time are Ryan and Evan. And for Big J.
Peace out, y'all.
I always kind of put people on the spot, and I'm sorry. Big J, my name is Tim Radicek. This has been the Laugh or Else Radio Show. Stay tuned. And to play us out, I'm going to go with some Curtis Mayfield.
Nice.
This is Pusher Man. WNUR.
Pusher Man.
89.3 FM.